The stock market has been flipped on its head. However, there is an upside to this. I've picked out 5 stocks that you can now get into cheaper, and it's the perfect time to implement them into your portfolio. So strap in, because this one's going to be a barn burner. Hey guys, Corey here. Welcome to the channel. Be sure to subscribe and tap the bell if you enjoy the content. And if you're feeling generous and you really appreciate my time, you could give me a thumbs up as it helps the channel grow. In this video, I'm going to go over the top 5 stocks that you guys need to implement into your portfolio right now because they are cheaper now that the market is down, and it is a perfect buying opportunity. You know what Warren Buffett says: when the market is greedy, be fearful, and when the market is fearful, which is right now, be greedy, and it's time to buy. If you guys enjoy this video, but you're really unsure of how to gauge stocks to get into on your own, or you're looking to enter the stocks that I'm showing you in this video and you just don't understand options or trading, I am offering one-on-one coaching, full Discord and training course with trade alerts that you guys can sign up for at any time at my website at investwithcorey.com, right there on the screen or in the information box below. My Discord members love it. They're making money every single week. You guys can see the comments on the screen. And let me tell you guys that there was a time where I was flat broke. And after years and years of studying and learning and honing my craft in the market, I achieved financial freedom. I can buy my kids dirt bikes, pretty much any toys they want, go on vacation. I've been able to buy the cars that I want, a new car every 6 months to a year. I'm able to buy a new house every couple of years if I want to move out and go to a different neighborhood. I have financial freedom. I can go on vacation. I'm able to do the things I want to do, and I love cars, and I'm able to enjoy that financial freedom. But I told myself once I achieved my goals of financial freedom that I would help others achieve the same thing. And it really drives me every single day. You guys can see the testimonials on my website, and they say the exact same thing. Everybody who's in my Discord that I've been coaching loves me and loves my program, and they all say the same thing, that I go above and beyond because I really, truly care about your financial success. So I hope to see you soon. You guys can sign up at investwithcorey.com. I just launched my masterclass boot camp. It filled up in 3 days. So I had to launch another masterclass boot camp. There's only 2 spots left. So if you guys want to sign up for that advanced training, this way I can show you guys everything you need to know to grow your wealth. So we're diving into the number 5 stock right now. We're talking about SoundHound. This is the perfect time to buy SoundHound. It ran up to $10, came back down to $3.90. Then it was back up to $6.10 on some good news. Earnings is in 2 weeks, so right around $4.50. The perfect time to add this stock to your portfolio. They're sitting on $190 million in cash, completely debt-free. They acquired Allset AI voice ordering system, as well as a potential partnership with McDonald's, and they're also working with other restaurants in the industry. NVIDIA also invested 8.2 million shares in SoundHound. So this is also a really good thing because the company has had a lot of projected growth in the future. So SoundHound is your number 5 pick. Number 4, a lot of people have been talking about PayPal. Now, I like PayPal. However, I think there's a much better stock out there. That is Square. Square also owns Cash App, and they've been around quite a while, and their business is really successful. They're profitable. They have a really good balance sheet, and their year-over-year growth is fairly strong. And right now, their 1-year price target is like $85, and you can get Square for $60 to $62 right now. So it's the perfect time to add Square to your portfolio. So right now, you can see you guys could get it for $61. It was running up to $73, although the market sentiment's pretty bad. So I say it's a very strong buy. I would be selling $60 puts, $59 puts, $61 puts, trying to get in right now. The balance sheet is good. Earnings is coming up on August 1st. And we also have the financial statements to quickly go over. If you guys are having trouble understanding these financial statements, my full training and one-on-one coaching does explain all of this in vivid detail. So if you're having trouble understanding what I'm talking about in this video, you understand which stocks are good, but you don't understand why, I offer that in my one-on-one coaching and full Discord. Like I said, you guys can sign up at any time. investwithcorey.com right there on the screen. And we can see revenue is up. Trailing 12 month is incredibly good. Operating income, gross profits, all good. Pre-tax is really good. Most important, EBITDA, very good. Come up here to the balance sheet. We can see net debt, $2.16 billion. in cash. They're sitting on $2 billion in cash, no net debt, $34 billion in total assets, and only $15 billion in liabilities. Absolutely magnificent. And then we look at cash from operation activities in the trailing 12 month. Excellent. Free cash flow, yet again, excellent. Square has done a very good job. Very good balance sheets just by looking over everything here. Absolutely wonderful. This is why Square is better than PayPal. The number 3 stock might come as a surprise. Wayfair, or W as the ticker symbol. Wayfair is very strong. This company has launched a new program called Welcome to the Wayborhood with physical stores, and the first one launching in Chicago. Wayfair has been a staple. You could sort of say it's somewhat similar to Alibaba in a way, but it's mostly furniture. I guess more like IKEA. And the good thing about Wayfair is that they're now launching physical stores and they're going to maintain their online presence. Let's take a look at the financial statement as well as the chart and show you guys exactly why Wayfair is a good buy right now. So Wayfair likes to run between $45 and $75. It spends most of its time lately in between 50 and 52 and making some runs up to 74. We can see the 1-year price target is 71. There's over $23 upside to the stock. Earnings is next week. Right now it's a bargain. I have 300 shares in my portfolio. My average cost is $50 flat, which is almost $2 off from where the price is right now, but that's due to the market sentiment and the fear and the sell-off. So I would say between 47 and 48, you should be adding, just add right now, because there's going to be a lot of upside. Even if the price comes down a little bit, it's going to jump right back up with earnings. They're expected to beat the earnings estimate, and the earnings is 48 cents EPS, whereas the previous 2 quarters were -31 and -15. So this could be a breakout in price due to meeting or beating the expectations. If they meet or beat expectations, it is going to run. It will not surprise me at all to see Wayfair push 65 to 70, meaning if you're just getting in it for the short term, just for earnings, there is a potential for $1,000 to $2,000 upside on 100 shares. I recommend holding long term for at least a year. I feel Wayfair in the next few earnings quarters is going to be phenomenal. I do see Wayfair being between $70 and $80 by the end of the year, early next year. So I would definitely hold long term. When we go look at the balance sheet, we're going to take a look at this. Total revenue, $2.73 billion. Gross profit, $819 million. 3.46 trailing 12 month. That's a lot. 3.46 billion. Net income is in the negative. However, the EBITDA is just about at break even. This is where profits start to come in. It's getting better though. We see they go from -247 to -52. So they're getting better. Wayfair is getting better. They're not quite profitable yet, but that's expected to happen on this earnings and the next earnings. Now is the time to add. Balance sheet, total assets, $347 billion. Their net debt is only $2.6 billion, which is not a lot considering their assets are almost 50% higher. So that's not too bad. Cash flow, they're negative in the cash flow right now, but if we look at cash from investing activities and then we go over to the balance sheet, we see that their total equity right now is due to shareholders. So we can see here there's some common equity total here and the retained earnings. This has got them in the negative a little bit, but there is a lot of growth potential in Wayfair and they're expected to beat the EPS earnings. This is really mostly a growth stock. I highly recommend Wayfair right now. And looking at the chart, you can see that it's really at the, I guess you could say 6 to 8 month low. So we're expecting a nice run for earnings. I'm expecting somewhere between 58 and 60 up here. Perfect long term and even better short term. Wayfair is one of those stocks you want to put in your portfolio right now. The number 2 stock. Now this one might come as a surprise. Maybe not. The number 2 pick for me is really important because it's in the financial sector. They just partner with Rona Hardware in Canada as a payment service and Zacks ranking system, Zacks stocks and finance. They have just moved this stock from a number 3, which is a hold, to a number 1 strong buy. They have a ranking system that goes from 5 strong sell, 4 to sell, 3 hold, 2 buy, and 1 strong buy. Zacks recently in the last couple of days upgraded this stock from a 3, which is a hold, to a number 1, which is a strong buy. And this number 2 pick is Affirm. Affirm is a very good company, has a lot of movement and a lot of growth potential. And with this partnership, along with the update ranking system with Zacks, this is the time to get into Affirm. And since Affirm usually trades between $29 and $33, getting it around 27 or 28 right now is a steal. If you can get in right now and sell $26 puts, that's great, but you may not get assigned. I highly recommend buying the shares. If the stock price ends up coming down a little bit further over the next week to say 26 or $25 cost average, Affirm Affirm has a price target of $40 in the next 12 months. This is really the strongest stock right now, in my opinion, on my list overall, because this stock runs from $30 to $39 in a matter of a few days. So when earnings comes up next month, if they meet or beat the estimate, this stock could run to $40 next month, signaling a $1,300 profit per 100 shares. That is like a 27% return in a month or less. This is the perfect stock to buy. If they end up becoming fully profitable and growing year over year, by this time next year or the year after, Affirm can be pushing upwards of $60 to $80 where Square and PayPal sit. This is one of those stocks, and Affirm is very strong. Let's look at the financials and the chart. So you can see here on the chart, it's at a 8-month low right now. The last time it was this low was in November of 2023, and it's very unlikely to break through this area because all these people that sold, all these investors that sold, when the price comes down, they're all going to buy back in, which keeps forcing it back up. I think we're at a really strong support. $27, $26.50, that's the support. It might fall to $25.50 or $26, but I highly doubt it. This is pretty close to the floor. It might actually be the floor now, so I would get in. You could see how much Affirm has been running, and then it ran all the way back up to 39 just a few weeks ago. So with earnings coming up, I think it's going to consolidate and pull up a little bit, and then we're going to have a nice run. This is a very good stock to get into right now. You can see they're getting better every single quarter, from negative 70 cents all the way up to negative 43, and this earnings, they're supposed to be somewhere between negative 40 and negative 50. So constant growth. If they beat this and they're, say, negative 35 or negative 40 or even better than that, it is going to just blow everything out of the water. It's going to be amazing. Now, it's hard to say if it's going to happen, but looking at the cash flow, they have $161 million in cash flow. Trailing 12 month is awesome. From operation activities, they have $208 million. The balance sheet shows $4 billion in debt, but they also have $9 billion in assets, so it's fairly strong there. $576 million in their total revenue. Operating income, negative $20.99 million. However, net income is also negative, but they do have cash flow and revenue, so that money is going back into the business, which is a good thing. EBITDA is $16 million. This is very important. They've been negative on the EBITDA every quarter until this previous quarter. So this quarter has better EPS, revenue, and EBITDA, and it meets or beats the estimates, which is very important. It is going to run. This is going to be incredible for Affirm. So I highly recommend taking a look at Affirm and adding it to your portfolio, as ultimately this right now is my favorite stock, and I have 15,000 in Affirm in my challenge account, and I have 30,000 in Affirm in my large account. So I'm all in. I might even add more, to be honest. Wayfair and Affirm, my two big ones right now, as well as Square. But this segues this into number one. What is the number one stock right now? At least my number one pick. Well, my number one pick is pretty obvious. Everybody who watches my channel can pretty much guess right now what my number one pick's going to be. And no, I'm sorry, it's not SoFi. I'm sure you guys at this point have figured it out. The number one stock to add to your portfolio right now, more than ever, Palantir. The one stock you need to add to your portfolio right now more than ever. This company's sitting on almost $5 billion in cash. Year-over-year growth is accelerating. A lot of commercial and government business. They have boot camps that they're running to get people into their AIP platform. This is an AIP that's deployable in 10 hours, giving you a working AI product. This is the software of NVIDIA, and I've said this many times. This is the stock you can't miss, and now that it's down from $29 to under $27 and could potentially reach as low as 25 in the next few days, my number one pick, Palantir. Palantir, goes without saying, is the best stock right now, best growth stock for 2024, with the rates being cut coming up in September, 90% likely to happen, probably higher than that. Palantir is going to run. Their year-over-year growth is exceptional. They have lots of government contracts. They have lots of commercial contracts. Geopolitics doesn't affect them. The stock price hardly moved, only $2 and change, $3 versus all the other stocks that dropped $10, $20. I mean, Palantir dropped roughly the same amount as Ford, and they're almost double the price. This shows you how strong Palantir has maintained its foothold in the market, even with all of this fear. Palantir has earnings coming up, so it's the perfect time. If they meet or beat the estimates, you're gonna wish you were in. Palantir is a long play, though, so it could come down to 23, 24, although it's highly unlikely. It still could, but it's eventually gonna run. The market cap is gonna go from where it's at highly likely to $250 billion in the next 3 to 4 years by 2029, which means the price is likely, highly likely, to be between $130 and $150 in the next 3 to 4 years. This is the next big move. Palantir is it, the number one pick. Let me show you the chart. Let me show you the financials and explain to you why this is such a great pick. You guys can see right here, Palantir has had a nice pullback. This is a very strong support at $26.30 or $26. So if you can get in at $26.50 or $26, get in. This this is the time to get in. Even if it pulls back, just add. Pulls back, add. Because when it runs with dollar cost averaging, you're going to make all kinds of juicy premium and profits. You can also sell covered calls, but be very careful of that. Let's go ahead and take a look at the EPS. You guys can see they're profitable. 5 cents, 7, 8, 8, and now they're expected to be 8 again. If they're 9 or 10, oh my God, this thing is going to run. Let's take a look at the financials here. Look at the balance sheet. Net debt, negative $345 billion. They're sitting on $3.45 billion in cash. That's pretty crazy, right? Wouldn't you like to have $3.45 billion? I'd like to have $1 billion. I mean, I've got almost $2 million, but I would like to have $1 billion, right? I'll trade my $2 million in for $2 billion. I mean, who wouldn't, right? They got $3.45 billion in cash, $4.52 billion in assets. Cash flow, $126 million. Cash from operational activities, $129 million. Investing activities, paying off debt. This is very good. Balance sheet, $452 billion in assets. Cash flow, $129 million trailing 12 months, $654 million. Free cash flow, $126 million trailing 12 months, $641 million. Income statement, $634. Total revenue in the millions. Gross profit, $518 million. Operating income, $80 million. Pre-tax, $110. Net income, $105. EBITDA, $89 million. Perfect. Bravo. Not only is everything perfect, they're growing year over year, and their customers, their top 20 customers, are spending 10% more annually year over year. They are bringing in a ton of profits, and not only that, they're sitting on almost $4 billion in cash. This is the strongest buy right now for your portfolio. You cannot go wrong with Palantir. Hopefully you guys enjoyed my top 5 picks to get into 2024. Well, these are my top 5 picks for 2024. We have Palantir, Affirm, Wayfair, Square, and SoundHound. SoFi didn't make the list because I talk about it a lot anyway. However, it's not quite as strong in my opinion as these other 5 stocks. These top 5 stocks are ones you ultimately don't want to miss. However, a bonus stock, definitely SoFi. But these are the top 5 stocks to pick. You should really get into all of them at some point if you can. But if you have to pick just one, then ultimately it's Palantir or Affirm. You really should consider getting into all of these stocks. However, if you can't, well, then just go one at a time. Start with Palantir, Affirm, then Wayfair, then Square, then SoundHound. But really, I can't pick just one. Sound like a damn Lay's commercial that you can't eat just one. In any case, but these are the most powerful stocks to buy and add to your portfolio for 2024. Thanks so much for being here, guys. Really appreciate you. If you guys enjoy this content and you want more of it, be sure to subscribe and tap the bell. Ding. Hey, and not only that, if you're feeling generous and you care about my feelings, like for real, give me a thumbs up because it greatly helps the channel grow, right? If you're having trouble understanding all the things I talked about in this video, let's say you understand the stock picks but don't understand why, I offer full one-on-one coaching, Discord, and full training course where I dive in deep and teach you guys everything you need to know to understand all the technicals, fundamentals, and how to get into these stocks and pick them for yourself so you can ultimately grow your financial freedom and grow your portfolio. I ultimately care about your success, and I hope to speak with you guys soon. 2 spots left in my masterclass bootcamp. You guys can sign up at any time. Investwithcorey.com, right there on the screen or in the information box below. I have new testimonials on my website. You guys can check that out as well. You guys can see that my students are very successful and they love my coaching, and I would just love to help you. I'm very passionate about it, and it shows. I'm very passionate about helping you achieve your financial success and helping you grow your portfolio. I achieve financial freedom, and I want the exact same thing for you. Hey, this video's over. But don't worry, I picked out another video just for you, and you're going to love it. And that video is right here. Click that video. You guys are going to love it. And remember, till the next video, let's grow our wealth together. Take care, guys. You're still here? You don't want to see another video? I'm in 2 places at once. Click that video. What are you waiting for? I'll see you over there.